Hopefully, these colonists are not lactose intolerant because I'm about to pump so much butter into their systems. Hello everyone and welcome back to Autonauts. So in between episodes, I got a couple things fixed. So the brick makers were not working. Main reason they weren't working was the straw mover wasn't working. Why wasn't he working? Because he was sitting like right here out of power. So for whatever reason, whatever current cycle I have my sign holder on that's like patrolling this area must not hit that tiny little corner. So that was dead, so I had to just manually charge that. I really need to fix the charging bots here soon. I also got all my box maker set. As you can see, we got 6 of them going. So where are we even at with box frames? 41, not bad, not bad. Square frames are being used like crazy, of course. Panels are halfway full, which is great. Our planks and our poles are just continuing to go up, so these 20 bench saws should be good to go right now. We'd actually have more too if we had way more power, but right now they're regulating because like this, they just pause if there's no power. So if they had full power all the time, this would probably be like max capacity already. And then on top of that, we got all 3 sapling boxes going. So this column pulls from the first sapling box, this column pulls from the second box, this one pulls from the third box. So now we should be good with that. And everything should be good to go. So what we're gonna do today is get this moved over here. That should just be super simple. I think we also need to get 1 or 2 kilns set up, or maybe just transition one of these over to making, I think it's jars of some sort. Oh no, we need a good oven. I guess that's gonna go into, never mind, that's part of the kitchen. So we need large clay dish. Right, this is just normal clay pot. Yeah, so we're gonna need large clay dish. So maybe we transition one of these over because we have 1,000 of these. And then we do all that over here. This becomes our new kitchen area. Maybe we make this we keep this as berries. Maybe this becomes like the butter and like the baking, the dough and all of that. But yeah, that's the main goal today. Depending on how long that takes, we might try to tackle as well the clothing, the toys, and the medicine. Medicine we have to set up from scratch. We don't have any of this. Toys should be fairly simple. It should just be making another toy station and a bot that collects each of these parts and makes the toy horse and cart. That should be fairly simple. Same with the clothing. We have dresses currently, so we just get another bot, another sewing station or a sewing station. Get a bot to combine them all. Should be good to go. So those should relatively be easy. It's really the food that's gonna take a lot of time. I think what we said we were gonna do is cut the berry farm in half, since we are only worried about 1 row of these houses being fed by berries. Then 1 row is apples, 1 row is like baked bread, and 1 row is going to be carrots. So we really don't need all these berries here. So I think we're gonna cut, I don't even know what half is, like here it looks like. Cut all this out, turn that probably into like an apple orchard. And then I don't know if I want to move carrots and stuff over here. We might want to move carrots over there because then it's closer to the kitchen. So you can move carrots over there. Although storage is way over here. That's kind of annoying. It should probably be fine. Or we keep all the farms over here. Although the berries are over here, so that's a little awkward. I don't know. I kind of want to move over here because also like our tree farms over here, our cows and stuff are over here. So yeah, maybe we actually move the berry bushes over here, put a tree farm over here. Then we have carrots, bread, berries, apples over here. And then we can use this area to expand our kitchen even further. Yeah, maybe we do that. So let's get into it. Let's move all this over and then we will come back with a quick checkup. Alrighty, quick checkup here. So cleared out the berry farm over here. I do have a cleanup crew over here that's coming through and filling this all in with just turf. And then sweepers swept away all the little berries and stuff. So we moved the berry farm over here. We just did 3 rows of, what is this? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 13, so we got like 39 berry bushes. I just did a random amount. I kind of went based on the border of this and just went straight rows. So that should be good. I mean, we do have 1,000 berries saved up, so hopefully that's fine. Nothing is currently working on that because all the berry whackers, the flailers, only gonna flail when this is not full. So since this is marked as being full right now, nothing's happening with this. Apple trees, same sort of thing. It's a little bit less though. It looks like about 9 apple trees, so about 27 apple trees. So apples are starting to pick up there. We already have plenty of cereal, grain, seed, all that good stuff to make bread. Carrots, same thing. We have 1,000 carrots, so nothing's being planted right now because that is full. So we have the basics for our tier 5 food in terms of the actual raw food that we need. So that should all be good there. So now what we need to do is start moving this over here because this clay pot storage, all of this needs to turn into like a kitchen area because this is just berries right here. Although I could probably cut some of this in half though, because I'm not feeding 20 bots with berries now. I'm only feeding 5. So I could probably actually get rid of like 2 rows of these actually. That actually might be good because then I could just turn it into apple stuff. So yeah, that'll probably be decent to do. But yeah, we got to move this over. I got to figure something out with this storage because I feel like this is going to take up too much space. And I need to move this clay pot storage over here. I want to move the clay storage in here. And we're going to need another storage for clay, large clay dish, which is also going to be, yeah, in a giant crate. So I don't want to put that here because then I'm not going to be able to see behind it. Like, I don't care if I can see behind this because this is clearly just storage, but this is kind of intermixed with the actual production units. So kind of want to keep things more nice looking. So I might just throw these over here and then floor this entire thing and then move all these clay, the kilns and things like that over here. The only thing is, I believe large clay dish takes a good clay station. And I am pretty sure a good clay station, yeah, it's one of these. So we need power. So we're gonna have to extend this power out. I think we need to come across and probably down, I guess. Across, down, and maybe over. Because if this is cleared out, we could put the clay stations up here. But yeah, we're getting to the point where I think this power is gonna start just crisscrossing through our entire colony. But yeah, we're definitely hurting for power here. We're gonna try to just limp along with what we have because, yeah, like I said, if you look at power, where is it at? There is a steam engine and it's next to the windmill. So I can only guess this has to do with power generation. And I really hope that's like 10 times the amount of power as one windmill, because to even get the amount of power I need, look, I'm only generating 650 power. We're using 1,300, literally double. And that's not even counting when they're throwing like 6 planks on there at once. So we would need like 3 times the amount of power to even remotely catch up with what our current usage is. So instead of building all that, we're just gonna try to hold out with this and see if we can get to that steam engine. But yeah, that's the plan. We're gonna move all this over, clear this out, get this cleaned up, and then we will come back and see where we're at. And then I think from there, we can start to get to work on that tier 5 food. And I guess we start with berries first since we got that pretty well established. So we'll start on that first, pivot over to apples, pivot over to bread and stuff, and then carrots to wrap it up. All right, let's get things moved over. Here we go. Everything is moved. As you can see, moved all the storage over to the right. Like I said, I don't really know where to put this. I don't want to put it down here because I really want to leave this area open if I need to expand this kitchen area really big. So actually, let's start clearing out this grass as well. Where's that gonna be at? Cleanup crew, shovel. Let's see, clean up grass. Do I have that? Cleaner grass. There it is. Beautiful. Let me get the area. I don't even know where that area is. Way up here. There you go. Sweeper should already be going. All right, it's a little bit off, but we could just move it up a little. There we go. Cleaner will take care of that. I also threw in a lot of roads. So like I filled all this in. I filled this in pretty well so that way bots can zoom along here. Got a little area up here, connected it down here. So we're starting to get our roads, getting our roads in so that way bots move a little bit quicker. So now that we got that all situated, up here we have our power. Like I said, we extended it over to the right, came down, went across, and now this one pole is powering these two good clay stations. This one at the top is still making clay pots because eventually we're gonna still need them because, you know, to do the food, you have to make tier 1 into tier 2 into tier 3. And tier 1 stuff takes, or I guess it's maybe tier 2 stuff? Takes clay pots, so we still need clay pots in some fashion, so we're leaving that there. We have this one making large clay dishes. It does take 8 clay per, so luckily we had 1,000 clay stored up. Although, is anyone collecting? We got one bot collecting, so maybe we get another bot collecting, because yeah, we had 1,000, now we're only at 500. So clearly he's not collecting fast enough. But yeah, that's starting to build up. We're at 95 large clay dishes. I just move this a little, even this up, probably move these down if I feel like it. So now we got this giant area, which I'm thinking maybe this area we keep for berries and apples since they're kind of the same recipe. If we look at the recipes, it is food. So berries into spice berries, into stewed berries, into berry jam, which is what we're currently doing. Then we combine it with pastry, then we bake it all, make a berry pie. There's our tier 5 food. Apples is the same exact thing. It's spiced apples, stewed apples, apple jam, combine it with pastry, apple pie. Same exact recipe, just a different food. So I'm thinking we could easily just convert half of all of this over into apples, and it will probably be good. Maybe I extend this out a bit to give me a little bit more room. But yeah, we could just do that. And maybe this top area is actually like the baking section. Maybe this is where all of our different kilns are, or ovens. This is where we do the bread making. This is where we churn the butter and things like that. What does carrots actually take? Carrots is weeds into the pot. Then you add honey, okay. Crude oven, naan bread, oh. Naan is raw, okay, and then it's butter and flour, okay. So that's quite a lot, yeah, so this is definitely gonna be like the baking area. I think we definitely need to expand this though. So it's gonna be apples. Actually, maybe we do like expand it down and over, and we do apples, carrots, and what was the last one? Berries. All 3 of them here, and then this area is pretty much just for bread. Anything to do with bread, butter, flour, dough, any of that will be up in this area because it seems like we're gonna need a lot of room for that. Oh boy, that's gonna be a lot to do. So, what we need to do, let me delete all this out. We're gonna need a lot more flooring. Let's get a lot more flooring going. I think we have a good amount of walls, so we could easily expand this, I think. So yeah, we just need a lot of flooring because I probably want to expand this out. Almost, yeah, actually how that is. Maybe just shorten it a bit. We could do something like this. That seems pretty decent. And then we do like apples, carrots, berries. That should be good. We probably should extend all of these storages. Maybe. Actually, ideally, we shouldn't extend these first tier storages because we should never be stockpiling this storage. We should be stockpiling the end result. So yeah, maybe we just keep these at tier 1 storages, and then we do the extended storage for like the late game food. So tier 5, tier 6 food. Because yeah, there's no point in just extending this basic spice berries when technically all of these should be used to make the next part, and all of this should be used to make the next part. So yeah, I think we'll do that. No reason really to expand this. Just got to expand this area. Add some walls, add some flooring. and then get to work. And then we got to convert half of this over to apples, add some stuff in for carrots, and then we should be good. So let's take care of that. And then we'll come back and then we will figure out how we're gonna handle the bread baking and all that good stuff. But yeah, let's take care of the apples, the berries, and the carrots first. Let's do that. Whew, this is a lot of work. Okay, so this is what we have. Expanded part of the kitchen area, pretty big. It used to just be about this size. Now I expanded it into 4 quadrants, basically just to make it even looking. But this is gonna be for berries. This area is going to be for apples. As you can see, it's not quite done yet, still working on it. And this area is gonna be for carrots. Again, not quite done, still getting there. This, I don't know what this is gonna be for. I honestly don't know. Oh, you know what I can do? I realize I have a small kitchen here. Like this was the original kitchen. I think I'll delete this out and use this area for storage. Do we use this for storage? Because we need like grain and milk. Like I like having milk over here, but I think I'm gonna do the same thing I'm doing with like straw and stuff, where I'll make a secondary container and have a bot run back and forth, filling everything up. Instead of having the actual bots that need the stuff walking all the way around here, we'll just have a couple bots going back and forth, filling up milk and eggs and things like that. I'm thinking, well, first of all, we have to expand the storage for crude flour, eggs, probably like dough and everything as well. Honey's expanded, water's expanded. So I think we can move all of this. We could move it all up here. Is that too much storage area? We're gonna have 1, 2, crude. What all do we need? We need good flour, butter. Okay, so we need good butter, water, good flour, cereal, probably, right? We should bring that over as well. So that's 4 things. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I guess 5 if you consider the milk. That's 5. So that's just for pastry dough. Then we have the good bread. So crude flour is 6. Good dough is 7. The good bread would be 8. The buttered bread would be 9. And then I guess, yeah, all the foods, the different pies. Oh, wow. That is a lot of storage. Holy crap. Okay, so that is what we'll do. We'll make this area the actual processing area where we bake everything together, mix it all together and into like the final form. So if we go back in here, this is where we'll go and we'll put the good oven so we can bake the raw pies and all that. And then up here, we're gonna turn this, I guess, into a storage area. You know, we'll put like the honey up here, put the water up here, you know, so on and so forth. Honey, water, eggs, cereal, or the grain. Berries, I guess we move over there. Apples, we move over there, like secondary storages. And then we just have bots running back and forth to fill everything up. So this would be primary storage and this would be secondary storage. So that way these bots, like I said, aren't running from here to go all the way over here. Instead, they just go from like here and go boop, boop, like really quick back and forth. And we can just get like 1 or 2 bots per different type of storage running back and forth. Oh boy. That's not where I just thought this was gonna go. As you can see, we're still making some cauldrons and stuff. A lot of that needs to be processed. I did have to make a bot auto-making crude torches, so that's going. So that's kind of the holdup with that. Oh, wow. I did not expect this to get that crazy. How is everything else? I did have to get a couple of log movers because the back one was full and the front one was just empty. I was making so much flooring. So I have like 3 bots now moving logs from the back to the front. Seemed to work out. Everything seems to be good. Ooh, finally got fixing pegs saved up. Panels are full. Awesome. Box frames are getting there. Square frames are getting there. Ooh, we're finally catching up. As you can see, forestry in full effect right here. Alrighty, I think we're cruising along. If anything, I probably want to try to move this. What sucks though is you can't just pick up and move flowers. It's not like a structure, it's like a bush sort of a thing where it's like an entity, so I can't move it without like tilling up the ground. I guess we just leave that there. Sure. Oh boy, that's a lot. That's a lot. All right, so we're gonna come back. I'm gonna finish all this up. Finish up. Berries is pretty much done. I just gotta get everything programmed. Apples isn't even close to being done. Carrots is almost done. Still gotta program everything. And then I need to work on getting the storage done and then get the whole oven set up, everything programmed with that. So let's take a little bit of a break, get some progress done, and we'll come back. Here we go. Alrighty. So, got our whole kitchen mostly set up. We're still not done. It's been about, I want to say 2 hours of me playing and putting this together. It's just so much. So to get to berry jam, 1 berry jam is 2 stewed berries. 2 stewed berries is 2 spice berries. So every one of these berry jams ends up needing 2 stewed berries, and every 2 of these ends up needing 4 spice berries. So it's like a multiplier. So for 3 berry jams, I need 6 stewed berries. For 6 stewed berries, I need 12 spice berries. So that's a lot of bots. That was a lot of renaming, reprogramming, and everything. I did that so far with berries, apples, and not carrots yet. I renamed for carrots. I did not program anything for carrots yet, though. Berries is already done. Everything's already full, so bots currently aren't working just because we were doing berries before. Apples, everything's renamed. I don't have bots programmed for that yet. But let's see. I did the storage, so right now we have milk, honey, water, carrots, berries, apples, weeds, eggs, and cereal grain, which is going to be used for turning into bread. All of this, we have about 2 movers per storage container where they're coming over to our main storage facility and they're pulling stuff out, bringing it over here. So we have 818 berries over here. And then over here, we still have 1,000. So they're constantly pulling from this, pulling it over here just so it's closer to our actual production area. These 4 are going to be for the finished products. So what is it? Berry pie, apple pie, I think some sort of carrot stew, and then the buttered toast. So the 4 finished tier 5 foods are all gonna be in here. Over here is kind of our baked goods. So we're gonna have crude flour, crude dough, good flour, good dough, and then I believe pastry dough when that's all done for the final assembly. Naan bread, which is the equivalent of pastry dough, but that needs to be used for the carrot stew, the honey glazed roasted carrots, or whatever the heck it makes. And then the last one is for just normal bread, because I think then we need that once we do the bread. Goes in there, and then the bread gets added with the butter. So all of this is like the stuff that's the stage right before you combine it all to make tier 5. So all we have to do now is get a crap ton of bots. It's about 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Wait, 12 plus 6 is 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 bots per like type. Oh my God, that's so much. So 12, 18, 19, 20, 20. Yeah, 22 bots for this. Looks like only 20 for this. Another 4 for this. So we need something like 50 bots now to get programmed just to handle the making of apple stuff and carrot stuff up to tier 4. Then we need bots because we still have to make the kitchen part for our butter churners. I popped out a few of these. I got like 8 of them because every single recipe for pastry takes 2 butter. I have no idea how fast we're gonna burn through that, so I just started with 8. We'll see how that goes. Grist mills are what we use to turn good flour, or no, I think just grain into good flour, and then we use that good flour to then make bread. We still need these rotary kerns, whatever they're called, to make crude flour, because apparently we still need crude flour as well. And then we got a whole mess of kitchen tables, so that way we can combine everything. So hopefully we can fit all of that in this area and then get a whole bunch of bots programmed for that. We need something like 60, 70 bots here. We started, we did not have 574 bots. Within the last week, we jumped up about 100 to 200 bots. Yeah, it looks like we maybe have about 25, maybe 30 bots to spare right now. So I need to turn on bot assembly. It shouldn't be too bad. I just had them paused. So that'll go. That'll start pumping out some more bots. All of these I have to organize. Berry jam maker. Oh, I don't have a fourth one. That's why that's there. Millstone, you're part of auto builders now, because now we need that. What else do I have? I think I have millstone maker, so you're part of masons. Crude metal pole, you're also auto builders. Right now, I don't think I have anything else left to build, so I'm just building a ton of roads. But yeah, that is where we are at right now. I have been cleaning up my teams as well, so I have, if we go over, like I have farmers, then I have sub teams for berries, bulrush, carrots, cereal. So that way it's a lot more easier to see, and I don't have, you know, 500 teams here. I still got to do some more condensing, but it's starting to look a lot better. And then I also have like chefs. Inside our chefs, we got the berry team. Still got to make the apple team and the carrot team. We got the kitchen stockers, which are all the movers that are taking, like I said, from this storage over to this storage. But yeah, that is where we are at. So we're going to do one final cut here. I am going to get all these bots programmed, get this kitchen set up, and hopefully when we come back, we have tier 5 food being made. Oh boy, this is quite a journey. Hang in there, everyone. And just like that, we are done. Alrighty, so this is what our kitchen looks like. This should be outputting tier 5 food. As you can see up here, we got berry pies, apple pies, carrot curry and naan, and buttered bread. So let's walk through how all this is done. So berries and apples, basically the same thing, so I'll just explain one of them. You got these 12 making spiced berries. They all go in here. These 6 cauldrons make stewed berries, and since stewed berries each take 2 spice berries, that's why there's 6 of these, 12 of these, so that way it should hopefully be like an even number. That's all in here. As you can see, this is full. When it's full, they stop producing. Berry jam takes 2 stewed berries, so same thing. There's 3 of these because there's 6 of these, so one of this feeds 2 of these, that type of a thing. So we got full up on berry jam. All of that combines over here with 3 berry jams and 3 pastries to make berry pie raw. We are currently waiting on pastry. I believe pastry takes a whole lot of good flour, and right now our seeds are really hurting. We're just like, I don't know, not producing seeds fast enough because our seed storage, yeah, we got 5 out of 1,000. Same with apples. We only have 6 out of 1,000. So, I mean, we do have a good amount of apples here, but we might have to expand into this area a little bit more to expand these farms a bit because, yeah, this is not going to cut it for cereal storage and stuff. And same with the apples. So, yeah, that's how these are made. Pastry for the actual tier 5 part is butter, fresh water, flour. Water's easy. Flour, like I said, we're really hurting on seeds. Also, it costs power to make the good flour, so I had to route the power all the way through here, up and over. That's also hurting us because sometimes they get over here and there's just no power for them to work. So that's another thing we have to look at. And then butter. Got 8 butter churners. It just costs 4 milk a piece. I did notice that we were running out of milk, so we set up this little crude milking shed. Apparently, the crude milking shed, the cows, when they're ready, they just pop right in there. They get milked, and then they leave. Now watch, one of these cows, see, it's full. It's gonna come right over. Boom, ready to be milked. And I think through this, they give 3 milk when they're milked. I don't know what they give if they're not in the shed, but I thought it was only like 1 or something. But yeah, we burned through that milk like crazy making all that butter. So we got a mover going from here to there, but because it's 4 milk per butter, you can imagine we're burning through that pretty quickly. So that's how pastry's done. Carrots, same sort of thing as far as the spiced part over like the 12 into the 6 into the 3. Instead of making berry jam, you're making honey carrots. Honey or carrot stir fry. No, you're making honey glazed carrots. You're using carrot stir fry. That all has to be baked with honey. So not a big deal. It's just basically a different building. Instead of cauldrons, it's these brick ovens. They all go into here, and then it combines over here with 3 of those, naan bread, a large clay dish, and fresh water. So yeah, you can see it just popped out. Naan bread's actually super simple. It's just, actually it's the same exact thing as pastry. So that's awesome because I only had to program this bread, and then I could use that same exact coding for these and just retarget the table because it doesn't care about the recipe. It only cares about like what table they're going to. So that worked out really well. In here is all of our little components. So we have good flour here, crude flour here. You can do crude flour in these grist mills. The issue is because I'm so short on power, I just decided to leave it as these items instead. We're making watery porridge because we need that to make crude dough. So that was a bit of a bummer. And then these are the final ovens. So we're making the naan bread, apple pie, berry pie, good bread. And then over here, we've got the crude flour, which makes the crude dough. Good flour makes good dough. We got butter, watery porridge to then make the crude dough, the naan bread, the pastry, and the big bread. And then to make the buttered bread, they just come to this table, add bread, add butter, good to go. So that's how you get the 4. So I kind of even it up as well. So berries is in the top left, so berries in the top left, apples top right, top right. So it's pretty easy to see what's going on there. Alrighty, what else? I did want to discuss if anyone, all of these storages are basically full now, which is great. So that means all of this is finally catching up. We are good to go in that aspect. I did actually have to make backpack upgrades now because these large dishes are huge. So in order for my bots to be able to store them in their backpack, I need to start giving them backpack upgrades. So that was the thing. Okay, one thing I did want to discuss, see if anyone had any ideas. How do we handle buckets better? So if I go to, it's gonna be somewhere in my chef's team. 121 chefs, by the way. If I go to something like, I wanna say, it's not the bakers, maybe the berries? Stewed berries? No, not stewed berries. It's gonna be carrots? Like carrot curry? No, there's a very specific one. Carrot salad. It's something to do with buckets. Carrot stir fry? Nope. Oh, honey glazed carrots? Nope, that's not it. Oh, what is it? Maybe it's the pastry dough, actually. Aha, pastry dough. So, buckets break. They have a durability to them. And I don't know how much it is, but because things like pastry take like 2 water, or there's some things that take like 4 at a time. Some things take like 3 water at a time, or 3 honey, or whatever. If that number is not an even split, like say it's, I don't know, 150 uses you get on a bucket, but you're depositing something in increments of 4, eventually 150 doesn't divide by 4. So your bucket is gonna break mid-cycle. So the only way I figured out how to do that is they go through, they deposit their flour, their butter, and all that. They retrieve the bucket from their backpack, but then every single time they go to use it, they have to check if they have a bucket in their hand. If not, if their hands are empty, they have to go get a bucket. Then they have to go get water. Then they have to go to the actual table to deposit the water. If I don't do this, if I don't repeat that whole cycle, if the bucket breaks mid-cycle, they'll end up trying to go to the water and not have a bucket anymore. I don't know a way to do this, to do this better, because as it is now, they are not just going to the pastry table and depositing 2 water. They're depositing 1 water, going back through, making sure their bucket's not broken, and depositing the second water. So it creates a lot of extra time there. And I was just wondering if anyone has any ideas how to speed this up while still checking to make sure that the bucket is still there every single time. I don't know if there's a better way to do this. So yeah, that's a bit of a bummer. Please let me know if you guys know any better way for that. What else did we do? I guess I could go through some of the recipes. So like the good oven was pretty simple. A lot of this was I just dumped it over here to be made. That's how simple the recipes were. Do I even have a good oven? Oh, I guess I don't. It was an upgrade from the crude oven. I want to say it was just like bricks and stuff. So that's pretty easy. These things I believe were just upgrades from, oh, the grist mills were upgrades from this, and they needed a new masonry thing. They needed a millstone. So I had to set that up. Again, millstone's not that bad. It's just rough stone block, but just an extra thing I had to set up. Other than that, though, I think we are pretty much set. We were short on pegs for a long time because square frames were using pegs. A lot of our bot upgrades, I think, were using pegs. Box frames were using pegs. A lot of things were using pegs. But now that all this is full, pegs are finally catching up and we got 1,000 buffer. So we should be good there. I have been making a crap ton of yellow brick road. So I really need to plan this out and figure out where I want to put all this. As you can see, I filled all this in. So I could like fill all this in extra, give them a little bit more better pathing in there. Also, I realized with the farmers, I used to do like they would collect the pumpkin and then a bot would bring it back out to a separate smashing area. I totally realized I could just smash it right when they dig it up. There's no reason for me to collect the pumpkin and then bring it back out. Although, why is this not planting? Oh boy. Oh boy. Farmers, farmers, farmers. Pumpkin farmers. And seed planter. What are you doing? And, oh, pumpkin storage is full. That's why they're not doing it anymore. Although we need pumpkin seeds. Oh, so we gotta fix that. I definitely have to fix that because we need to go based on pumpkin seeds because we need pumpkin seeds to make the carrot stir fry. So we have an extra thing up there for pumpkin seeds. So yeah, we need to go based on whether or not pumpkin seeds are full, not raw pumpkin. Okay, so that's something I need to fix between episodes. It shouldn't be too bad. It's just gonna be changing the planter instead of based on if the raw pumpkin's full, it's gonna be if seed storage is full. And then I'll have to change the raw pumpkin collector to go destroy the excess stuff if he gets excess stuff. But yeah, we are set on tier 5 food. Hopefully, these colonists are not lactose intolerant because I'm about to pump so much butter into their systems. So hopefully they appreciate what we did here. Oh, so we got tier 5 food. So next time we will be doing tier 5 clothing, tier 5 toys, and medicine. And then from there, we should have 10,000 WUF popping out at a time. And then we can upgrade our research and get to tier 5 fully. Oh, that's gonna be a journey. This took me about, no joke, this is 10 to 12 hours of gameplay. Right here, this took me so incredibly long. So I'm kind of glad with the new format because now this isn't something like this would have taken literally about 6 weeks in YouTube videos at about 10 to 12 hours for me to do this. So by me condensing this, you guys pretty much got to skip all that boring stuff of me just reprogramming like 100 bots to do the same thing over and over. So hopefully you guys like this format better. Please let me know. Leave a comment. Let me know how everything's going. But I will see you all next time. So until then, take it easy, everyone.